Hello everyone. For today's Murphy Law Monday, I want to touch on the topic of tax dependencies when filing or having a custody order. And specifically, I want to talk to my parents out there who do not have a custody order. As we near the tax filing season, it is February going into March. A lot of people are receiving W-2s, 1099s, etc. and they're looking to file their taxes. But the optimal question is, who is going to claim the child? This is what usually becomes an issue in most of my custody cases where there is a dispute about the tax dependency. In my experience, the courts are going to do an analysis of who has majority custody. Now, if you are the primary custodial parent, there is no court order, the child has lived with you their entire life, and you provide most of the financial needs for the child, then you would potentially be the parent who gets to claim that tax dependency. However, if the court changes that role and the parties are now on a joint custody schedule, it is important for you to consider and evaluate who will claim the child and when. So if mom was the primary caregiver before the court order and now a court order comes into place and dad will get potentially joint custody, then it's important for mom and dad to come up with and potentially present to the court their idea of who should claim the child on that year or the next year or the odd years or the even years or whatever. Usually the court is going to be one of equity, meaning they're fair and they're not going to say, oh, mom just gets to get it because she did this. But if it's February of 2021 and you're in court, they're probably going to give mom 2021 for tax purposes. And they'll also give mom 2020 for tax purposes. And then dad will start in 2022 for claiming the child for tax purpose, because ideally that would be the year that dad would have the equal custody. Now, if the whole custody arrangement changed and dad got sole custody, then you could imagine that in that situation, the court might take a different approach. They might say, dad, since he's going to get custody in February of 2021, then he specifically gets the tax dependency for 2021 and every year thereafter. Now, usually if there are multiple children, another way that the courts use their equitable kind of authority in these situations is that they give one parent one child, they give the other parent the other child, and the parties alternate claiming both children. That's the fair way to do it. Now, of course, if a child is older, sometimes they give the parent with the least access the older child, and then give the parent with the most access the younger child, because ideally that child will have, of course, more years of life as a minor under the age of 18, and the tax dependency would apply. This is my position on this. If you guys don't have an agreement, you usually should take a look at it from a fairness approach. If mom has majority custody, you might as well look at it like mom is going to be able to claim the child. However, if you guys are fighting, or if there is a pending case about who's going to have majority custody and it ends up being equal, then you should know and rest assured that there will usually be an equal split of the actual tax dependency for claiming the child in future tax years. But because we're so early into 2021, this is something you definitely need to be considering from this year and moving forward. Again, my approach is that it depends on who has majority custody, and if you're in a pending litigation for a custody dispute, then you need to figure out what you're going to do moving forward and have that proposal ready for the court at your trial. If you're in need of legal services in the state of Maryland or in the District of Columbia, please give my office a call, 240-493-9116 and www.amurphylegal.com. Thank you.